Yeah.
Welcome back to Resistance
They come
Chicks.
back.
Boom! We are your hosts, Leah and Michelle. Today is August 8th, 2017. It is a Tuesday. Don't you love it when you have little Asian men decide they want to make big boom boom? Is that like a big doo-doo? So, what do we have for him, Leah?
President Trump is responding with fire and fury.
Fire and fury!
And a tweet.
It wasn't a tweet, it was a speech.
Speechy tweeties. Tweeties and speechies. Let's go.
The United States tonight. The North Korean state media is warning it may launch an attack against the U.S. territory Guam. This is just hours after President Donald Trump promised to unleash, quote, fire and fury against North Korea. Fox News chief national correspondent Ed Henry is tracking these developments. Ed.
Good evening, Laura. North Korea officials declaring they are, in fact, examining plans to use medium to long-range missiles to strike areas around Guam. It's home to thousands of U.S. military personnel and their families as both sides now brace for the possibility of war. That threat from the communist nation came just hours after the president, as you noted, reacted strongly to a blockbuster new report from U.S. intel officials revealing North Korea has been able to miniaturize nuclear warheads that can fit inside missiles, meaning North Korean dictator Kim Jong Un is on the verge of being able to reach major American cities, which sparked this threat from the president.
North Korea best not make any more threats to the United States. They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen. He has been very threatening. Beyond a normal statement. And as I said, they will be met with fire, fury, and frankly power, the likes of which this world has never seen before. Thank you.
Okay, so
Democrat Dianne Feinstein quickly charged this was bombastic rhetoric from the president that will only further isolate North Korea, adding she wants direct U.S.-North Korean talks to deal with this situation. That's not so.
Now, listen, I understand that when you're the president, it really helps to have people give you talking points. And I agree wholeheartedly with what he said. However, at Resistance Chicks, I like to point out the funny. I'm pretty sure that wasn't exactly the most natural arm crossing I've ever seen. People call us out on Resistance Chicks all the time if I'm outside and they say, Michelle, you know, your stance is very defensive, you know, and so there is a little bit to the body language. I think somebody said, cross your arms and say this. They're going to be met with fire and fury, the likes of which has never been seen before. And what I love about Trump is when he is given these talking points, okay, he always likes to ad-lib, so it mixes a little bit of who he is in there. So he says, you can watch his mindset, and he goes, and frankly, power.
Fury.
And power.
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 Now listen,
the likes of which has never been seen before.
Obviously, I want to break this down for you. Now, in my opinion, and it's kind of like, you know, if you ever watch Alex Jones, he has his gut feeling. My gut feeling with the rhetoric coming from the left on this.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, what's Donald Trump doing? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Well, guess what? Just a minute ago, they were so against North Korea and they love war. The left loves war. The neocons, the neoliberals.
Right that loves war.
Well, everybody loves war. All the deep state loves war.
Why do they love war, Leah?
Because war makes money. War makes money. But what they're trying to do right here with this, and I'm going to tell you this flat out, this is why I support the president. They're trying to paint him into a wall. This is all a setup.
Yep.
It's all a setup. That's why we have to laugh at it. That's why we have to make fun of it. Because it's all a setup against our president. I want to play this other clip here about how China is the only one who can pressure North Korea and we're the only ones who can pressure China or something along those lines.
China's the only country, as you said, that can pressure North Korea, and we're the only country that can pressure China. And if it's intolerable to threaten Seoul by a preemptive strike, and it's intolerable to allow them to have missiles that could take out Facebook, Google, and Apple within 45 minutes, and the million people that live around them in Menlo Park, then we have to find a new strategy to escalate gradually up in between those poles. And I don't see why Chinese, the apparat and the elites of China
Why do they still get to buy property in the United States? Why do they still send their kids to Caltech and Stanford?
Talking about this today.
Why don't we have a missile defense system that includes Taiwan, Japan, South Korea, Australia, the Philippines, that not only deters North Korea, but a first strike ability of China? That would get their attention.
Yeah,
and finally,
go ahead.
yeah, finally, I mean, China is not in such a great position. They have 4 nuclear powers on their border: India, Pakistan, Russia, and North Korea. They're not always predictable. Do they really want another 2 with Japan and South Korea? And we have to introduce that, because I don't think that China would like South Korea talking the way North Korea does about our West Coast.
So this is all a little bit odd to me. I really think that this.
Hang on, scroll back down. Here's the thing. I love Paul Joseph Watson. I can't curse like he does, but he says North Korea ain't gonna do hooey.
It's all,
and somebody, Barry had sent us a message today, and he said, does this mean, he sent me the clip of Trump saying that, and he said, does this mean war with North Korea? And I said, probably not. You never know, but probably not. I think this is all hype. Anytime you see things like war flashing, a lot of times you can bet your bottom fake petrodollar that is not where they want you, or that's exactly where they want you to be looking, because they are doing another sleight of hand behind the curtains.
This is a magic trick, and I really think that McMaster is behind this one as well.
Yeah.
And pushing Trump in this direction.
And I also don't think that Kim Jong Un is acting exactly of his own accord. I think that there are powers that be that are kind of fanning his flame and encouraging him. Right. So
I want to play for you this clip with Bill Clinton talking about North Korea.
Ancient clip.
Before I take your questions, I'd like to say just a word about the framework with North Korea that Ambassador Gallucci signed this morning. This is a good deal for the United States. North Korea will freeze and then dismantle its nuclear program. South Korea and our other allies will be better protected. The entire world will be safer as we slow the spread of nuclear weapons. South Korea, with support from Japan and other nations, will bear most of the cost of providing North Korea with fuel to make up for the nuclear energy it is losing. And they will pay for an alternative power system for North Korea that will allow them to produce electricity while making it much harder for them to produce nuclear weapons. The United States and international inspectors will carefully monitor North Korea to make sure it keeps its commitments. Only as it does so will North Korea fully join the community of nations.
You know, this has been going on for quite a long time.
They're chess pieces in a game, and you will see the exact same things cycling through over and over and over again if you're old enough and smart enough to catch it and pay attention.
Exactly. So what is all of this about North Korea? I really think this is another deep state attack on Donald Trump to get us all, sorry our dog, to get us all thinking on and viewing on different things. McMaster is a mole, so what they have to push these narratives. North Korea and Russia and Iran, and they have to push all these different narratives to get us off of what is happening. It's like most of us just want to wake up and live, but there are people whose jobs are surrounded around
disinformation and manipulation
and war. And if everything's fine here, we're all fine here,
right? That
then they don't have a job,
right?
They have no money, they have no purpose.
You guys, it is part of the economy and bringing jobs back for people to have these jobs to distort the truth,
right? So Donald Trump tweeted out, after many years of failure, countries are coming together to finally address the dangers posed by North Korea. We must be tough and decisive. Now, is North Korea a really great place to live? No.
Is it a bad place to live? No. Is it a hellish place to live? Yes.
Yes. It's not even just, there's no question on Kim Jong Un being an evil dude. But the point is that what's happening right now surrounding around North Korea is like, it's a sleight of hand. So basically it's nothing, right? But it's something in that we're seeing the deep state's hand exposed rather blatantly, as our wonderful dog is conditioned.
She's very upset about this. She's a cheerleader.
Time again.
at the bottom of this article, McMaster came out and said that the president has been very clear that he's not going to put up with, you know, threatening anymore. He's not going to tolerate North Korea being able to threaten the United States. So anytime McMaster comes out to say something, I'm calling, we don't use the phrase bull honky, but I'm going to say bull honky. Okay, because that's exactly what it is. I'm crying foul. McMaster is a liar. If he is behind this, which I believe that he is, then we can know that it is, in CNN's words, a big nothing burger. North Korea is not going to do anything, just like Paul Joseph Watson said. This is just to get people hyped up, because not only does war sell, but the fear of war sells as well. And it gets people in a panic, and they, you know what else it does? It sells statehood. It sells a devotion to the state protecting us and things like that. So you just have to know that I don't think that Kim Jong Un is going to do anything. I think this is all for show. You got anything else?
Nope.
All right, you guys, this is Leah Michelle signing off for Resistance Chicks, where it's not just a conspiracy theory if the little Chinese man, or excuse me, Asian, I'm sorry to lump them all together, North Korean, whatever, is trying to pull the wool over everyone's eyes and say, he's like a little man, like,
he's not going to blow up anybody. He does not want to die.
I got big boom boom. I make big shoo. No.
He just something for him to do right now. You know, he doesn't want to die.
It's like the tiny guy that drives the big truck.
This is all joke.
All right,
I'm just joking. Just kidding.
We love you. God loves you. God bless. Like, comment, and subscribe to both of our channels, Mass Faith 3 and Resistance Chicks. Bye, guys.
I was cold all alone. No place for home every day. So afraid. But you called my name.